Alright, hi guys, how you going? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. So today I'm going to be doing a bit of work on a Gen 4 Pajero. So basically, we're looking at from 2006 all the way up to the current 2021. We're going to be basically taking off the factory roof rails. And this video is just to show you basically how to take these off and how to put them back on, or even just basically things to look out for if you do have factory rails and things you need to tighten up and be mindful of also. Okay, so we'll take you through the whole process of removing them, then obviously you're back with engineer it to put them back on. Now, why am I doing that? Is because I'm actually replacing them. So if you go back to the channel, there'll be a separate video which takes you through the installation of a new backbone system. Okay, so I've got a new backbone system that's just come onto the market. There'll be a separate video on fitting it all out, and then there'll be extensive trials over the next 6 to 12 months and so forth, sort of how it all hands the Aussie terrain, corrugations, up in the high country, four-wheel driving the works. It's relatively simple. It gets a little bit fiddly when we're talking roof lining, somewhat removal or movement. So yeah, we'll take you through the process nice and quickly. All right guys, let's get into it. So these are the factory roof rails sort of up close. They have a cap up the back end of the vehicle. Then they are mounted from underneath in the front section, the middle section, and then at the front there's another cap. Now you'll notice on mine I don't have the caps because I've lost them over the years. Because I used to have basically bars mounted here, and because of where they were mounted they caused these constant movement and they ended up falling off and so forth. But again, and I'll show you with the back one, the back and the front are very similar in relation to how these caps come off. So nice and simple. And then you'll find that there's basically a couple of screws here at the top. There is also a hidden screw just underneath here, okay? Like I mentioned, this one you're gonna go from underneath the roof lining, and then this one here also, there's another hidden screw, okay? Now, if we're talking maintenance and you wanna keep these things, these screws, as you can see here, loosen all the time. So this is almost a bit of a weak point here, because these tend to loosen up. So again, be mindful of these. Make sure you tighten these up if you're going to maintain them. And then I'll also show you basically how we get these caps off. All right, so obviously what happens for one side happens for the next. And it just so happens this is again the new backbone system that I'm installing from Budget 4x4. So go back to the channel for all that, and you'll get to sort of see the full installation of video of that. There's my old setup. And again, why is there a big hole in it? Because there used to be a solar panel. So that's an old King's steel roof rack, which has lasted about 17 years. You've got the open road 270 awning, which is absolutely fantastic. So again, go back to the channel, you'll see a whole heap of content on that. And then that's the King's 200 watt solar panel and the old Thule bars that everything used to be mounted to. So, and again, that panel's been fantastic and going really strong. All right, so we'll take these off and we'll show you how it's done. All right guys, so what we need to do now is remove these caps. Now, mine are really super simple, okay? Now, you may need a plastic trim tool to just basically pry up this so you don't damage the paintwork, or simply you just pull and it comes off. It's that simple. Now, we've got 2 bolts here, and then there's 2 up the front, so we'll take these off first, and then we'll tackle the center section. Nice and simple. All right guys, so these 2 on the roof here are 10 mil, okay? Just nice and simple. Now, one thing to be mindful of, again, whether you're doing maintenance or you're putting in a new backbone system, a lot of the backbone systems require these rubbers. So I'd assess the condition of them to make sure that they're going to basically hold up with the new backbone system. Mine are actually in pretty good nick. The front one probably not so good. And you'll find with the backbone systems too, generally you need to probably use a bit of silicone, just because you don't want any water, you just don't want any water ingress anyway. All right, so there they are, nice and simple. All right, let's go up the front. All right guys, so on this side again, like I said, I don't have my caps because they're on the road somewhere in the middle of Central Australia. Take it off exactly the same way. And again, 2 bolts. Very simple, same setup. All right, too easy. Oh, interesting. I'll just show you what's happened. I'm supposed to now take these bolts off from underneath, but lo and behold, they're already off. So yeah, so that's again, corrugation's doing their work loosening bolts for you. Yeah. Alright guys, so like I said, the centre, I'll show you how to do it. Alright guys, so with this one, just be careful. So there's actually a screw that comes in through underneath, just from the rubber grommet. So literally, you just need to gently pry this up. And if you've got your little tool, that will help also. Yeah, I might just, because I don't want to rip it, just take the screw off from underneath here. So it looks like one side of it is actually fixed in underneath. We'll just unscrew it and that's all we have to do, because that needs to stay there for us in particular, because we're installing that backbone system. So just get a Phillips head screwdriver. All right, it's just that little Phillips head, and that's off, okay? All right, I'll give you a bit of a close-up of everything so you know what's going on. All right, guys, so these are these rubber grommets. So like I said, so that sort of tucks in under there. We'll just pop that down. Okay, so that's where it sort of sits factory. So, but what I ended up having to do, because it looks like here it's tied in underneath. So literally I only took off this area and then basically took the screw off from underneath. Yeah, so we're gonna have to basically clean all this stuff up. And this is where you need to make sure you clean your roofs. Don't be like me, because all of that stuff's gonna end up just causing a lot of pain somewhere down the track. Have a look at all that. I'm lucky I've had no roof leaks, because that was just sort of sitting there. And the roofs doesn't look too flash. And again, another thing to be mindful of, and you'll see there's the odd rust mark and little bits and pieces, is because when you're working up on your roof and stuff like that, and then if you end up having any swarf drop onto the roof and you don't clean it up properly, you end up getting all these little spots of rust. So make sure by all means, and we'll give this roof a really good clean. But yeah, all right, I'll give you a bit of a close up at the front. All right, so this is the front one here. And like I said, this one, a little bit worse for wear, it's not so bad. I'll have a look to see if you can actually order these online. I tend to get all my stuff from Parts OUQ, so we'll have a look there. And then you'll see these are the two mounting holes. And again, check out all that little bits of surface rust here. So we're gonna have to really clean all that all up. Alrighty, all right, let's go into the car and we'll show you how to remove this center pillar. All right guys, so the next step in the process is we're going to remove those two grab handles and we've got to remove this seat belt. Okay, so they're nice and simple, straightforward. So the grab handles, you've either used a Phillips or an 8mm socket, and then the actual seat belt itself is a 17mm. Pretty straightforward. Don't lose the covers. And then while you're here, just a flat screwdriver, take the cover off. Okay. Now the front and rear you can't mix up because the rear one does have a hook, pretty simple. The other thing you need to do now is remove the rubbers. So that has to come off. Take that rubber off. Okay. You need to pop this out a fraction as well. Now I've got a whole setup back here, so you don't have to remove the back section. There is a way of doing it. And then this here, so there's a clip at the top. I'll just show you. So there's this clip here, takes a little bit of persuasion, and then there's one at the bottom. Okay. Now that that's done, and the section's a little bit back here. Now you can, if you want, because a lot of people crease their roofs, you can take these off, but I've done it a couple of times now and I've found you don't have to. But please, if you do, use a trim tool and pop them out. And then what you're going to do now is get in under here, and I'll give you a bit of a close-up. All right guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to get access in here under the roof lining. So that's exactly, so that the bolt is right in the middle. Now, so what we're doing is removing the bolt that is attached to the roof rail. But to get to this bolt, we need to remove a screw just under here, okay, which is basically holding up the ducting work. Thanks, Lon. So if you put your hand in, and literally, it's almost just slightly to the, it's literally just slightly to the front here. And if you just put your hand in like that, you can feel there's a Phillips head, and it's attached to a metal bracket. So you think, why do you need to take that off? You need to take that off because you need to be able to move the ducting work to then get your ratchet in under here. I'd like to say, I'll give you a look at it, but it's just so hard. Be very mindful, you've got airbags here, so be very careful. But literally, we're talking, it's right there. Where my finger is, my middle one, and you can see in reference to that. Alrighty, let's have a go. I'm going to get a socket with a little Phillips head in it, and then we're going to try and basically get it out. So this is sort of the angle we're talking about. Okay. There you go. So that's the screw we're talking about. Okay. So now what that does is now that gives us the flexibility to get in, right, and then remove the bolt, which again literally is dead center. And what we'll do is we'll come up through the grab handle hole with a nice long socket, and then we'll take out that socket.
Yeah, there you go. I just went through the roof line.
All right guys, so this is where we're at. All the entire roof structure off. Look, it's relatively simple. Obviously the center one's probably a little bit more painful, but otherwise the front one's super easy. The rear one's super easy to get the factory roof rails off. All right guys, I hope you found that informative. Obviously, if you want to put the existing rails back on, that's just a basically reverse process, and then put everything back in. Just make sure, again, give all the gaskets a good clean up and that, you don't want any leaks. I've had to adjust these several times over the journey. I've never had to put silicone in them, and you can see some of the gaskets, in particular the front one, ain't too flash. So, but obviously, I mean, if you do have leaks for whatever reason, you might need to pop a bit of silicone in, then so be it. But maybe just get some new gaskets. I hope you found that useful. Again, go back to the channel if you're interested in the backbone system, or any other videos in relation to, you know, the solar panel, the 270 awning, and various other bits and pieces that I've got going on up there. Go back to the channel for that. Otherwise, I'm signing off for this one. Thanks very much. Again, like, subscribe, share around, and yeah, I'll see you out in the road, out in the trails, or maybe in the next video. All right guys, cheers. Thanks very much. Catch you later. Bye.